Hey sis, how's it going? Hi Micah. Just going through some old family photos actually. Vacation ones. Oh, you mean of us? Our family? Yeah, Mom and Dad and us at the lake back when we were kids. Oh, they loved it there, Dad especially. He'd just be over the moon as soon as he saw the bridge. So did we. Well, you did. At least a lot more than I did, to my hazy recollection. Nah, come on, you always had a good time when we were there. Oh yes, mosquitoes and dirty lake water was exactly how I wanted to spend my summer vacation. But the boys, those Johnson kids down the road, you liked them. Pigs, all of them. Oh, well, anyway, it's just so hard to imagine Mom and Dad ever so young, or us, for that matter. Oh, please, let's not talk about that. My youngest son is turning 16 next week. And how is Rex? Ugh, a train wreck as usual. I swear, sometimes I simply can't believe he came out of me. The miracles of childbirth, right? More like the curse of it. That child has been nothing but trouble to me. Oh no, now what? He got suspended again. Again? For what this time? Grades again. That's so strange. He's such a bright kid. Exactly. And Ron and I are at the end of our rope with him. I don't understand. His father is intelligent. His mother, well, I mean, is there any question about me? Of course not. Not at all. He just has no drive, no ambition, not like your kids. Putting us all to shame as usual, Harry. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Believe me, my girls have had their own challenges. Yes, but they aren't spoiled, entitled little brats, determined to embarrass their families with every decision they make like my children are. Well, no, I'm happy to say they aren't that. I just don't know what I did to fail him to make him so rude, so sarcastic. What do you mean, he's rude to you? Yes, he says my cooking is awful. Well, that I have no decorating taste. I mean, he doesn't know what he's talking about though, does he? All he's ever lived in is that nasty room anyway. And believe me, there's certainly no taste involved in decorating that cesspool. I don't know, Micah, when I saw him at Christmas, he seemed to be doing a lot better. So he got suspended again? Can you believe it? Well, what's his side of the story? Oh, who cares what his side of the story is? Well, it may be relevant, and he is your son after all. How can he have a side when the facts speak for themselves? He got suspended, that's all there is to it. Well, I love my nephew, I always have. He's always been special to me. I know, and God knows why that is. You're so hard on him, Mika. I'm hard on him because he does nothing but disappoint me. That isn't even true, and you know it. Well then, why don't you take care of him this weekend instead of us? What do you mean? Ron and I are going to be in Cancun this week, and we need someone to watch over Rex. Watch over? I think he's old enough to stay by himself, don't you? Of course he is. He isn't that bad. Jeez, Harry. All right, take it easy. So can you just check up on him a couple times a day? Make sure he's, alive and all, eating and drinking and breathing. Yes, Micah, I can do that for you. Oh, good. You have all our contact numbers, right? I'm pretty sure, yeah. Good. I really appreciate it, Harry. You're the best. When are you leaving? In an hour. An hour? Well, yes, that's why I texted you. Oh, okay. I see. Why? Are you busy or something? I mean, no, not really. Well, you're retired now. I figured it won't be a problem. I didn't say it was. It's not like I'm asking you to change his diapers or something. Mika, I'll check up on my nephew, okay? Okay, well, good. But be careful. These teenage boys are total terrorists these days. You had girls, and they're grown. Lucky me, then. It is lucky you. Boys are a whole other, gender. What can I say, Mika? When you're right, you're right. Hey there, nephew. It's your Aunt Harry. How's life being at home alone?
Oh, hi, Aunt Harry. It's pretty good, to be honest. I'm enjoying the quiet.
Are you saying it's a little loud when your mother is there?
Well, it kind of can be, yeah.
It was the same way when we were kids, believe me. Your mother, taking up all the oxygen. Always having to be the center of attention.
Well, she never grew out of it.
I was hoping she would, at least when she had kids of her own.
Trust me, she didn't.
Have you two been having problems lately? I mean, more so than usual?
Well, of course, I just got suspended. Didn't she tell you?
Yeah, she did. What happened?
She didn't tell you why?
She just said it had something to do with grades.
Oh, is that what she said?
You didn't get suspended because of your grades?
Nope, not this time.
So then what happened?
Well, do you really want to know?
Yes, of course. You're my nephew and I love you and I'm concerned about you.
Okay, well, I got into a fight.
A fight? You?
Why? Is that so hard to believe?
Well, it kind of is, yes. At least it's hard to believe you starting one.
Yeah, well, that's because I didn't. But I sure as hell ended it.
Oh, did you now?
Yep. I certainly did.
What happened?
This kid, Richard Crumb.
And what's Richard's problem?
Gee, how much time do you have?
Oh, so he's one of those guys. How long has he been on your case?
Like, forever, basically. Seems like as long as I can remember.
What does he do to you?
Just harasses me. Typical high school movie jock crap.
Shoving you into lockers and giving you swirlies?
Pretty much, yeah.
Have you ever tried telling anybody?
You mean squeal? Why? So I can just get hit harder?
Wait, you've been hit too?
Well, I have been.
So what happened? Why are you suspended then?
I hit back for once. Richard and his dudes came up behind me after lunch, and Richard kicked me in the butt.
He kicked you in the butt?
Yeah, and I just saw red. I thought that was just an expression, but I swear everything was the color red.
And then what happened?
I turned around and just attacked. Just totally snapped. I started wailing on him.
Did you hurt him?
No, not really. He kind of got a bloody lip. His goons pulled me off of him too quickly.
Then what happened?
Then they got me back.
Were you hurt?
I'll live.
And you got suspended for this, just for defending yourself? What about the other boys? Did they get in trouble too?
Well, no.
What do you mean?
They all told them I started it.
And you didn't correct them?
I tried. They wouldn't listen to me. Richard's like a wrestling star or something. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, what did your mother say about all of this?
She just wants me to go away.
What do you mean?
Her and Dad, they're just tired of it.
Tired of what?
Calls from the principal, I guess. My teachers.
I had no idea you were struggling so much, kid, or that you weren't getting any support at home.
Well, Mom and Dad have their own problems.
Oh no, what now?
Nothing new, just the same old. I think I'm the only kid I know who wishes their parents had gotten a divorce.
Well, sometimes divorce can be a good thing. No happy marriage ever ended in divorce.
I just feel stuck, like I'm not getting any support at school or at home, and I can't get suspended again.
And your grades?
I'm really trying, Aunt Harry, I swear.
I believe you, I really do.
Thanks, at least someone does. Mom just thinks I'm spoiled, I think.
Well, you are spoiled, but I think you partially have your aunt to thank for that.
Yeah, you always did kind of shower me with presents at birthdays and Christmas, didn't you?
Still have that baseball glove we got you?
Never really used it, but I have it sitting on my shelf next to my spelling bee trophy.
I remember that. Your mom was so proud.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened.
We'll figure it out, Rex.
Thanks, Aunt Harry.
I'll text you tomorrow to check up on you, okay?
Okay, thanks. Hey, Aunt Harry.
Yes, dear?
So, everything is going to be okay, right?
Everything is going to be okay. I promise. Hi, Mika. How's Cancun? Oh, it's incredible, Harry. Just incredible. So gorgeous. The water's as blue as your eyes, I'm telling you. And so clear. Ron counted 6 manta rays yesterday while scuba diving in the bay. That's amazing. I love Mexico. Remember when we went when we were younger and the jellyfish stung me? You were begging me to pee on you, but I refused. Of course you did, Little Miss Modest. Little Miss Modest? There were hundreds of people around. We could have gone behind the tiki bar. Oh, whatever. All I remember is that cute cabana boy in the white pants. You mean the tightest pants known to mankind? Those are the ones. Do you remember those? How can I forget? Well, Harry, we're on the beach right now, and I was just dozing off. What's going on? Oh, well, I was just checking in, seeing how things were. Well, okay then. Everything's fine. Thank you for asking. Don't you want to ask about your son? Oh, well, yes, I suppose. You've spoken with him? Well, of course, you asked me to. I did? Oh, right, I did. You forgot that you asked me to watch after your son? Or you forgot that he's home in the first place? Oh, stop it. Don't be so dramatic. Clearly, I just forgot what I asked you. Obviously, we have a lot going on. We were about to fly to Cancun, for God's sake. Still, I think you'd remember if you left your kid home alone. Well, I highly doubt any criminals are going to try to break in. Not that he would do anything about it if they did. I don't see him fighting back. Are you sure about that? Well, what do you mean? Well, I heard that he actually is kind of fighting back these days. He is? How? I mean, what do you mean? I heard what really happened with the suspension, Mika. The real reasons why it happened. The real reasons? What are the real reasons? What are you talking about? You told me the suspension was because of his grades, an academic suspension. Well, I don't know what it's called. It's just what he told me it was. Wait, he told you that was why it happened? Yes. Are you saying it was for something else? Didn't you talk to the school about this? I mean, didn't they call you? Well, no, I don't really speak to the school. His father does. Well, did he? No, I told you, he just came home on a Friday and told us about it. We got a letter, something from the school a few days later, but I assumed it was just officially informing us of the suspension, so I just threw it out. Mika, that is so ridiculous. That could have been anything, and it actually was something. All right, well, fine. Tell me, what was it? It was probably a letter telling you why your son was suspended from school. The real reason he was suspended. Okay, well, you seem to know the real reason, so what was it? He got into a fight, Mika. Rex? Got into a fight? Rex! Oh, that's rich. Rex couldn't get into a fight with a gnat. Well, it most certainly happened. He told me all about it. Well, I refuse to believe it. Fine, go ahead and refuse. Well, what did he say? He said he stood up to his bully. He was attacked from behind, so to speak, and he defended himself. His bully? What bully? I wasn't aware that Rex had any kind of bully. Really? You had no idea? No, not at all. How should I have known? Gee, I don't know, Mika. Maybe because you're his mother? Oh, what's that got to do with it? Kind of everything. Well, he doesn't talk to me about any of his problems. Do you even ask? Well, I just assume that if he wants to talk about his problems with me, then he will. Does he talk to his dad about anything? Oh, please, all Ron does is work. Even I hardly see him these days. I don't mean to pry, but is everything okay with you and Ron? What do you mean by okay? By me and Ron? Well, I mean the marriage. Are you guys okay? I don't see how that's any business of yours. Well, you are my sister, and I do love you. Marriage is hard. You know that. Yes, of course I do. Especially when you have a problem child like Rex to contend with. A problem child? So you're blaming your son for the problems in your marriage? Well, he certainly is adding to the problem. Mika, I think he's really hurting. I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on with him, but I think he's in a lot of pain. What, you mean from the fight? Did he lose it? Oh, God, I bet he lost it. Just like his father, a glass jaw. Actually, it kind of sounds like he did okay this time. Oh, really? But anyway, I mean emotionally, I think he's really depressed. Depressed? What does he have to be depressed about? He has everything he could ever possibly want. That boy has never lacked for one thing in his life. Except the love and attention of his parents, maybe. What? Oh, did I hit send on that one? Wait, by his parents? You're talking about us, Ron and I, right? Well, now that the cat's out of the bag, you better explain yourself, sister! Mika, you didn't know Rex had a bully. You didn't know the truth about the suspension. You threw out the letter from the school about it. And you even forgot that you left him alone, for God's sake. Well, that could have happened to anybody. It happened to that woman from Home Alone, remember? That's a movie, Mika. But wasn't it based on a true story? No, but even if it was, the mom still would have forgotten to take her kid on vacation with her. Whatever, I hate those movies anyway. And who are you to judge me? Just because your kids are perfect doesn't mean I'm the worst mother in the world. I didn't say you were the worst mother in the world or that my girls were perfect. They are far from it, believe me. Well, you can say that again. Now what's that supposed to mean? Oh, do you think we all forgot that crazy little boyfriend that Ashley brought home for Thanksgiving? The one who looked like Charles Manson? That was 5 years ago, Mika, and fine, yes, she went through a rough patch. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's totally normal. But you have to be there for him to see him through it. You have to support him. I am supporting him. I always support my son. By skipping out to Mexico when he gets suspended, when he's home by himself, when he needs you the most. Well, it sounds like he needs you more than me, considering you're the one he's telling the truth to. Well, maybe that's because I'm the only one interested in listening to him tell me his truth. Oh, please, his truth. Save the self-help babble for TikTok. Someday you're really going to regret pushing him away, Mika. I promise you that. Oh, please, I'm his mother and he's my son. I'll always be around, and so will he. Nothing ever breaks that bond, nothing. You certainly can't. The last thing I want to do is break your non-existent bond, believe me. Oh, stop it already. Now you're just being hurtful. I really think Rex needs to be in some counseling. I'm not going to say Ron and you should be too, but... Ugh, okay, fine. That's enough. What? If you're so keen on meddling in my family affairs, perhaps we should end this conversation. I'm trying to enjoy the Cabana Boys. I'm sorry if I'm ruining your vacation, but sometimes we can't run away from our problems. I hope my son can get his life straightened out and finally make something of himself. Mika, he's not even 16 yet. But until then, he's going to have to learn that he can't just rely on his mother for everything. Or anything, apparently. Goodbye, Harriet. Hey, kiddo, how you holding up?
Oh, okay. Just trying to keep up on schoolwork while I'm suspended.
Wow, really? Even without your mother home?
Like she would be bugging me to get it done. She probably wouldn't even notice I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I bet her and Dad are just having a great time getting drunk and ignoring each other.
Just like at home, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So I talked to her about everything. About you.
You did? Oh no. And Harry, why'd you do that for?
Because you're my nephew and she's my sister, and you need help and she's dropping the ball. I have a responsibility to step up, or maybe it's none of my business, I don't know. All I know is that I love you.
I love you too.
So your uncle and I have been talking, and we were wondering if maybe you'd like to come stay with us for a while.
What do you mean?
Well, we have finished the basement, and the girls are out of the house now. And my friend Aria is a counselor. She knows a lot of people you could talk to. You could stay as long or as short as you want, just to regroup.
I don't know. It sounds awesome. I mean, you guys have the hot tub and all.
That we do.
But Mom's gonna freak, won't she?
Probably. But she'll freak regardless. I'll deal with her.
Maybe some time away would be good, but I just worry about her.
Sometimes we have to worry about ourselves first, dear.
Am I gonna be okay,
Aunt Harry, you're gonna be great, Rex. Mika and Ron came home from Cancun to find their house empty. She eventually called Harry, who told her that Rex had chosen to live with her and her husband for a while, and that they were hiring a counselor and tutor to help him get through the next 2 years. Mika, unsurprisingly, flipped out, and it caused a massive rift in the family. But the worst of it was resolved by Rex himself, who soon took the steps to emancipate himself from his parents. He lived with his aunt and uncle until he graduated with honors and was accepted into his first choice university.